Good afternoon, or good morning still, YouTube. Troy West here. Sorry about the late start. Just had a lot of technical difficulties. Um, but finally I'm live. Usually get on around actually the afternoon here, but the majority of the country is still morning, so still could call it morning for Hangover. Thank you for joining me. Back at yesterday's games, the week, and some big Saints continuing to win as they go to Cincinnati and just destroy the Bengals. Actually, caused the defensive coordinator just got fired not too long ago. Saints, of course, number one in my power rankings as well. So that's wasn't a surprise that the Saints won, but the Saints impressed me because they went on the road in all these cold weather cities. And came beat the Ravens. It was kind of a chilly day. Bengals got whipped yesterday. It was cold there. Um, so this road notion so far has been thrown out the window as the Saints are now 9-1. Um, another eye raising result was the Patriots getting handled by the Tennessee Titans. That's a game that I actually saw. Titans just roughed up the Patriots. Showed no mercy. It defeated New England, so surprising. Patriot, they get the bye. Titans, one of those up and down teams. They play well. 1 week have a result like this, and then turn around and lose to the Bills or somebody like that, or one of these sorrier teams in the league. But the Titans are a team to look out for. Um, at least to compete for maybe a AFC wildcard spot. Houston off this week, but they won six straight. They still lead the division. But the Titans right now clearly the second best team in that division. Speaking of the South, bad Colts and Jaguars. Jaguars couldn't bounce back. I thought they was. Colts was able to hold on and win that game. Um, so to stay with the NFC North, Pittsburgh won Thursday night. Browns with a big win over the who they beat yesterday. I forgot they got a big win though. Um, I want to say it was Atlanta, right? It wasn't Atlanta because I know the Redskins played Tampa. I think it was Atlanta Falcons. That was a surprising loss. They handling the Falcons. I mean, even though they was at home, but that was a big win for the Browns. Um, Slowing down that Atlanta offense, who's been flying all over the place lately. But they're a different team on the road, and the Browns has the talent on defense. Bradley Chubb was excellent on the ground as the Browns got the win. But that's South. I mean, New Orleans starting to pull away because Carolina lost, so and Atlanta lost. Okay, Atlanta was coming, but now they lost, and uh, the Buccaneers lost as well again. But they was pretty much uh, definitely the bottom team in that division. But there were some surprising results. Rams sneaked out away yesterday at home as they was made to beat their division rival, the Seattle Seahawks. Cardinals and Chiefs, that was a closer game than I thought. I thought the Chiefs would be like how the Bengals get lost to the Saints. I thought they'd probably put up 40, 50 points. The Cardinals played a little hard, but still couldn't get. Chiefs continue to roll. So my top three takes though, Power Rankings win, and so did the Chargers. They won again yesterday against the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders to me is the worst team in football, in my opinion, for sure. Packers bounced back, beat the Dolphins. So even though the Patriots lost, they don't have nobody really to worry about. Um, One another early game that got a lot of reaction. Jets and Buffalo Bills. Of course, both of these teams ain't going nowhere. But a lot of people was angry at how the Jets performed. I was shocked too a little bit. I had actually picked the Jets to win that game. I thought Josh McCown, even though he haven't played all year, would have a decent game They said that Matt Barkley. Well, I think I see him on TV. I know he worked for Fox. At least I thought he did. He might have just for them. So I was like, Matt Barkley. So I know Nathan Peterman was the starter. I know Josh Allen was still hurt. So I was like, who's starting that quarterback? Then when I heard it was Matt Barkley and what he's done, that was very surprising. Um, the Rumble's coming out of New York now that Todd Bowles is on. It's a dead man walking really. So let's see how that turns out. Uh, Other than that, Sunday night game, Cowboys and Eagles. Another surprising result as the Cowboys bounce back and win that game. Got the running game going with Ezekiel Elliott. Martin Cooper was very involved in the offense. Dallas still looked shaky though, offense with the Eagles. I think that J.J. injury is starting to get more profound. So I think the running game was inconsistent. Carson Wentz been up and down since he came back, but the Eagles' offense a little bit stagnant. The defense plays decently, but allows big plays from here and there. As you're seeing against, speaking of the Titans, I remember when they played the Titans a few weeks back, allowing big plays for the Titans to set up to win that game um, weeks ago. So the Eagles definitely don't look like the Super Bowl Eagles, but they're not out of this division yet. Redskins, they won. They 6-3, but I still don't. The Redskins sort of lost to a week before with the loss um, to Atlanta. They lost to Atlanta, but Tampa. I thought Tampa was going. The Redskins showed up, and not going to take away what they did yesterday. That was a big win, but still, just don't see them win the division. Dallas still a dark horse pick, and some people probably ain't jump off. So this probably gave some people hope there, for at least for this week. I just still feel like the Eagles will get it together before. It might be 9-7. 9-7 might be good enough to win this division. 9-7, 10-6 at the least. Eagles now at 4-5 though, so um, and their schedule get tougher to get New Orleans next. So um, another opportunity for the Redskins to establish themselves, which would be a shock because that was one of the teams you thought would finish last. Everybody was on the Eagles and the Cowboys mostly, and some people still saying the Giants might turn it around this year. Speaking of the Giants, they play tonight um, in San Francisco to play the 49ers, which is a game nobody really talked about because both teams are out of it. The big talk about the Giants is Eli Manning. They think about benching them for the rest of the year, so we'll see if that happens or not. But fantasy wise, I need Greg Kittle have a monster game that I'm going to get Saquon Barkley, and I'm down by 3 points. So basically, he got to outscore him by more than three to win. So hopefully that's the case. But I know Barkley will get the ball a lot. So don't feel good about it. As I keep losing connection. So I'm not gonna take it long. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Just a reminder, right here on the Solid Sports and Gaming channel, check out my blogs every week. Wednesdays and Saturdays, of course, this week, Thursday Night Football is probably an elimination game in the NFC as the Packers will face the Seattle Seahawks. So that should be an interesting game. And check out my video game playthroughs. I finished the Spider-Man DLC, Spider-Man DLC, the heist. So that's over with. Um, get ready for the next DLC, which is in about a week or so. By next week, we should be starting that. So check out the channel for that. And check out my whole new channel called The Open Book with me, Troy West. As the channel is just about dealing with your inner pain, depression, any other issues that you have, self-esteem issues, just about self-esteem issues, just about making yourself feel better, making yourself um, feel good, make yourself feel like a better person. I want to help people with that, so I've been telling about my own experiences, my own stories. My last video, I focused on how people, your friendships or your relationships can affect your depression and your self esteem. So I went and I told my stories about that. This week, like I said, I don't want to make it uh, a weekly thing because I might not come on every week with that. But anytime I come up with an idea, or if I see something more more newsworthy or something that I see on TV, like this week I watch Hell's Kitchen all the time, and I think basically the success that just got sent home, he basically went home because of they cleaned it up and called it demons, but basically the guy I think honestly was having suicidal thoughts at work, and well, well, even though that's a competition, that's TV, and it might be somewhat fabricated, but basically he went home because his mind he broke down. He couldn't stay focused. He was saying the demons was coming back, which I'm guessing he might have had some suicidal issues, suicidal thoughts, and couldn't push through the competition, so he left on his own. So I definitely will talk about that. How work could be an impact. How like he did the right thing. He needed to go get help. So I'm gonna tell my story about how basically well I lost my job. It was more that they let me go, but still I just wasn't mentally capable of doing my job at the time. So but I'll tell that story. That'll be the topic this week. Probably do it Friday again. Friday has been the day I've been doing them, so I'll probably do it on Friday. So check that channel out. I'll probably put a comment on this video to link you to that channel called The Open Book with Troy West, which is me. As if you have any issues with that, like I said, confidential. My email is there, so you can email me personally. Ask me any questions about, or if you got something you want to get off your chest, or if you're feeling um, down, or you just need ear to listen to. And I'm not a professional. I said that a couple of times. I'm not a professional, so if you really think you need help, get professional help, definitely. But if that's not that much of enough, or you just want to hear a real experience, then definitely feel free to come over to the channel. Either put it in the comment box or email me personally. I have my personal email there. That's linked to that channel. So definitely check that out. Um, like I said, football tonight, 49ers Giants. Just fantasy reasons is why I'm going to probably check some of that game out. A lot of stuff happened in sports too. Speaking of the Saints, Dez Bryant injury was very, very devastating. I did get to talk about that on the blog Saturday, but the big news in the NBA, Jimmy Butler finally gets traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. So that was a surprising turn of events. As Jimmy Butler finally get moved. Big move for the 76ers. They did let some guys go, some guys that helped them last year. Covington, Robert Covington was in the trade. Sarge was in the trade. They was the two main guys in the trade, but they didn't give up a lot. I think they gave up a second rounder. It was like 4 or 5 players for Jimmy Butler. So um, and I think he fits with them pretty good. He can score on his own. Still not a shooter. That's why I'm still worried about Philadelphia. But he's definitely a more quality player that might um, offset that shooting because they're gonna be better defensively. So we'll see. That's gonna be an interesting turn of events. Does he want to really stay there? He still haven't signed the extension, so he'll still be a free agent next year. So Philadelphia must feel like they could keep him to make that move. Um, and Markel Fultz don't go nowhere. So Sixers made out okay with this trade, I think, for at least for now. But that's something we're talking about Saturday as well. As we got a long week to go. Today is only Monday, and like I said, I thank everybody for the support on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Every time I post something about the channel, I get some reaction to it. So just hope you really checking them out. And that's it. I'm gonna go and get off here. Like I said, I'm sorry about the difficulty. Sorry about the lateness. Today, you usually get on way earlier than this, and it is still more than a lot of places. So still can call it the Monday morning football hangover. So I'll be here next Monday again. Week 11 should be interesting. Some games next week. That's big going down the stretch as we make that playoff push and get towards Thanksgiving. where things really start to turn in the NFL. College football, because it's called the football hangover. Alabama won again. I think all the top four teams want to get Clemson. I think won. Notre Dame won, and Michigan, I believe, won. Or was they off? I'm not sure. I know they, all those teams still won. So I guess the top four should change tomorrow. So something a little other football note to put out there. All right. Well, thank you. I'm Troy West. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your day. And thanks so much for the support. Sorry about the technical difficulties again. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.